everyone, Armor King TV21 here, and I bring to you guys another video about Armor King. And this is a very big video because it's going to be about Armor King's counter hit tools and what counter hit tools matter in Tekken 8, what possibly may be removed as well. We already talked about a whole nerf video and stuff like that, but let's talk about, in general, what counter hits we do know exist in the game. And we can, well, a counter hit that we do know exists in the game. And then we can talk about a little bit of the other counter hits that may also exist in the game. So one big one that we've noticed immediately in the trailer is Armor King's down forward 2. Now this, unfortunately, is no longer a tracking 15 frame mid that can grant you 65 damage. In fact, you can actually do this. You can still do this and you'll get the counter hit, but you no longer get the follow-up with, you can get down 3+4-1 from what it looks like, because it looks like it recovers that fast. You know, down 3+4-1, you can do that, but unfortunately, the down 3+4-1 in the trailer, and here's a video example, right over here, that you can see that Armor King does this after his, After, you know, his heat dash. Armor King does, like, while running 3 into down 3+4-1, and you'll see that Armor King doesn't have a strong aerial tailspin there. And talking about it, we've also noticed that Armor King doesn't have any strong aerial tailspins that were shown off in the trailer, which is actually very disappointing. I actually hope Armor King does have strong aerial tailspins at all, you know? You know, we're just a little bit away from Armor King in Tekken 8, and I want to see what his combo potential is going to be like. But yes, with down forward 2, as you've noticed right here, he goes into the down 4-4-4 string. I mean, I'm almost absolutely sure, since he has enough time to dash in and do that he can do down 3+4-1 and continue his combo, or he goes into down 3+4-1 and down 3+4-1 has like a stance transition that he can go into that goes into crouch dash 4. So there is that. We are going to talk about counter hit back 1. I really do not see this move being a counter hit launcher anymore. But if it is still a counter hit launcher, this is going to be one of the best counter hit launchers in the game, dude. But it's justified a little bit from its range, as you can see. Not super good range. And Armor King recovers forever on whiff. So, I mean, maybe they will make this a counter hit launcher. But I don't see... I really want to see this come back. And we can probably still guesstimate what Armor King's combos are going to be from now on. But it's still a rough guess, right? Because we don't know exactly what Armor King is going to be capable of combo damage-wise, nor are we going to know what his wall carry is truly going to look like in the eyes of someone, or in the hands of someone who actually knows what they're doing, until the day of his release. So we have to suspect that counter hit back 1 is either going to be a counter hit launcher with how bad it is on whiff, or we can assume that it goes into the follow-up like down forward 1-2 in his trailer. And back 1 is my first honorable mention as a counter hit launcher. I need you guys to understand this is a good move, and it's extremely strong, but I'm not sure if it's going to be what gives Armor King, or Armor King is going to get a counter hit launch from it at all. Now back 2-1-2. Now that right there is a 15 frame string that's fully counter hit confirmable. Look at that. See how much damage that did right there? You know, when you can actually do combos creatively. Boom! 104 damage. Nasty stuff. That's just one of... This right here is something that you'd use to catch people. You do this into back 2-1-2. You track them with it by holding forward into it. But this is a very strong counter hit launcher. It's his highest damage counter hit string that Armor King has. So I expect Armor King being able to just strong aerial tailspin right afterwards. You can do while running 3, down 3 plus 4, 1, etc. The sky is the limit with how powerful Armor King's combos are going to be in Tekken 8, but I suspect that this is still going to be a sick counter hit button for Armor King, or counter hit string. Another good button to talk about is a series of buttons, and that's the 3 button right here. Down forward 3 right here is a 17 frame counter hit launcher that works exactly like Brian's forward 3. You have to actually hone in on your opponent here in order to catch them stepping with it. But the damage result is absolutely worth it. You could always do this. This character has a lot of good, like, tools that you can use. And the next tool I'm going to talk about is one that actually tracks to his weak side fairly well, and that's down 3. As you can see, it has a counter hit reaction here. This counter hit reaction is +9 on hit, so whatever your opponent does is going to be completely interrupted by whatever you do next. See that? If your opponent tries to do anything, they're pretty much dead for even trying. And Armor King is a real good character about that. Armor King has the damage, unlike King. Well, beforehand. King kind of has damage now, but beforehand, Armor King was the damage monger. He was the character that had some grapples, but that wasn't his whole game. In fact, you can actually break every single one of Armor King's chain throw starters. Now, I'm not sure whether or not if they're going to keep this very same input, but I'm almost certain that they're going to keep Armor King down to his... they're going to be able to keep Armor King in a very solid place, I think. Another tool that we haven't talked about yet is forward neutral 2. Forward neutral 2 may or may not be a counter hit launcher. From the trailer, it looked like it was either forward 2 that he was using, or it was forward neutral 2. I still can't exactly tell yet, but I think it more or less has been forward 2 because of the way he winds his hand back. And this also kind of looks the same. See how he winds his hand back here and then he smacks him right down there? Or he smacks them like this with this move. Very strong move, very good for catching sidesteppers. Boom. Armor King has pretty good priority over a lot of things when it comes to counter hit tools in this game. And another very good string is the forward 3-4-3 string. This is a fully counter hit confirmable string. And if you don't even get the first hit on counter hit, you can always do this number, because the opponent is still capable, even on like regular hit, of ducking it. So you could always do the guard all. See that? That's how he guards the second hit right there. So instead of just doing, you could always just cancel out of it. And go into a crouch throw. And now they gave Armor King a mid to be aggressive with, so keep that in mind. They more than likely got rid of the cancel in favor of him having a mid now with a mid mix-up, so it'll definitely throw the opponent off. And if the mid works anything like I think it does, it's more than likely going to work like this knockdown here, or this knockdown here, or this knockdown here, and it's going to give him the down 4-4-4 string. And Armor King is now going to have a new down 4-4 string as well. Now, another counter hit tool that we're going to talk about. We have a few counter hit tools with Shadow Step 2, Shadow Step 1, and down back 3. We also have down back 4. These are like all of the knockdown into possible combo. Lows. Down back 4 is not a possible combo, but what you do get is you get this, you know. You do this into this. Oh no, not that. It's this into this, yeah. Or you do this. Oh god. You can get that. You can do this. Cancel into forward 4. Forward 4 is also a really strong counter hit to know about Armor King, because this is his splits kick. This is exactly like a Mishima forward 4. It's really, really strong. It's +2, and it has 23 frames of startup. But this is Armor King's version of a really strong, like, look at that, track me tool. So you can do forward 4 into forward 4 into forward 4 again, and then do whatever you want as a means into a follow-up. So you can do this, this, into this if they decide to duck instead. Because you could do forward 4, into forward 4 again. And if they, you know, they can get counter hit by trying to do that. As you can see, if they just regular guard, you can do this, and into your throw game. You can do this into this. You know what I mean? You can do this, this. Completely shut down or throw your opponent off. That's just exactly how that would work. And if you're near the wall in this situation, more than likely you're gonna end up eating that, you know? So there is that. Armor King has a slew of really strong counter hit tools. Like, we haven't even talked about Shadow Step 1 that much. To be honest, we might not even talk too much about Shadow Step, because that stance may actually be gone. And that might be a future video as well. Because they mentioned that Bad Jaguar is like his stance, but does it completely change, or does he have two stances? Is Armor King like full-blown, like, not fully a stance character now, but does Armor King have more than one stance now, or did they revert him only having one stance, and that is his game plan in Tekken 8? You know? That's just something to be a little concerned about, but I doubt that Armor King's entire game plan is just going to rely solely on just the stance mix-up. Like I said, we also have down back 3. I don't want to mention this move too much, because this is Armor King's tracking Snake Edge. This Snake Edge is okay. Like, it's the same amount of frames as any Snake Edge, and for a lot of people, this is going to be, like, unseeable online or something. For some people, you know what I mean? And for Armor King players, like, this is going to be okay. I'm not sure if it's going to have the same counter hit properties as, like, Lars's down back 4, but I have faith that this is either going to be an instant tornado, like Brian's, or it's going to be a full-blown counter-hit launcher, just like it is now, because Armor King is the he's the striker, so it's best to question it now while we still have time to look at it. But I believe that's a lot of the good counter-hit tools Armor King has. And, you know... Oh, I'm sorry. This is the one counter-hit we absolutely know is going to be in the game, right? I say I'm sorry as if I didn't, you know, purposefully save it for last. And counter-hit while standing 2 into Dark Upper is still a thing. Now, whether or not if Armor King actually has Dark Upper anymore is another question, but we still have the Blue Spark or the Fire Spark Dark Upper now, and it's going to be extremely sick to see what Armor King is going to be capable of doing, this now. Because we still know that he has CD1. You know, we still know that he has it out of his stance, or out of his new 3-2 string into down forward. So whether or not Armor King can actually continue the combo is actually up to what the devs want for Armor King. I'm really hoping that this character actually has a lot of cool things that goes with them. I mean, we do have counter hit while standing 2. We do have counter hit down forward 2 as counter hit launchers. I'm surprised they kept that move, you know. I'm extremely surprised they kept this counter hit launcher here. Like, extremely surprised. But at the same time, I'm just really happy he still has it. And I'm really excited to see what they do with Armor King, like, later on. But, yeah, no, that practically wraps everything up, you know? We do have things like down 2, we have forward 4, we talked about that. We've got down 3, down forward 2, back 2, 1, 2, forward 3, 4, 3, and the ability to cancel it. Same goes for crouch dash 3. Down forward 3 works exactly like Brian's forward 3. Very good move. If this taught you guys anything about Armor King and what tools that you're going to be using when getting ready to prepare for this character, I hope that this video was actually fairly educational. You know, I'm an avid Armor King main myself, so I'm extremely excited to play this character again in Tekken 8, and I cannot wait to share everything that I have found when playing this character once again, guys. This character is my world. I love this character so much. So thank you guys once again, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye! Haha!
Shout his name!
Armor King!